This our show, and we talk about everything, and we talk about everything. Royal Flex the Brand's on Introspective Insight right now. Peace, love, and all that good stuff. I am KingDevDoe.
And this is Shannon Shenanigans.
And this is RoyalFlexTheBrand's the Brand's Introspective Insight Talk Show, the Black Wall Street Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Noelle's not here again.
Once again.
You know, that's
her
that's
style.
normal.
Yeah,
you know,
don't worry about it.
Come to a show and then take off 5.
Look, just assume she won't be
just
here.
Assume she
Just
won't
assume.
be here. But we got our first Republican interviewee at the table.
Hey,
Black Republican.
You don't know how special this is, man. We've been going through a stroll of guests, but this one is going to be the most knowledgeable one. Because a lot of people don't really follow politics. I don't really talk politics. So the fact that you're here is for the ignorant fucks like me. Please.
Introduce yourself. And make sure you plug, you running for office.
Oh, most definitely. My name is Marcus C. Williams, and I am actually a Black Republican for the city. I'm running this year for the South District City Council position. You know, I've lived in the South District my whole life.
Good for you.
I went to 19 school, graduated from there. I went to Madison as middle school, graduated from there. Went to Wilson, graduated from there. Okay? So I'm a South District person for real. I've also lived in all 3 legislative districts in the South District, the 24th, the 25th, and the 27th.
So you know the hood.
I'm trying to tell you. Okay? So now I don't be out there running the streets like that, you know.
I ain't saying you know the hood like that, but you ain't neighborhood Nip.
That's a fact.
But you neighborhood Will.
You know, my neighborhood and my community is something that's very important to me.
Yes, very. Seriously. Yeah.
Most people don't know that I am a Republican. I used to be a Democrat because
I know this is off topic like a motherfucker, so I ain't gonna expound on it, but
Continue.
Okay.
That's part of the show.
Sorry about it.
I know.
Yeah, so basically a lot of people don't know that I'm a Republican, which isn't a big deal because the party that you're in doesn't mean that you're not going to do your best for your community. That's why all politicians should run because they want to push forward their community and do the best that they can for their community. That's why I'm running. I believe that we're being underrepresented and underserved on city council and in the city as a whole. I feel like with the representation that we've been having, the mayor's office has forgotten about us. City council has forgotten about us because living in the South District, nobody can really tell you what's happened in the last decade or two that was actually something that's beneficial, aside from the U of R buying up all the property through themselves or through their surrogates. I don't know. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't know. Just saying, right? That's dope. That's really dope. So I don't know how we connected on Facebook. I don't know, some time back. I think you requested me. I feel like because I don't request nobody. So, but it's just interesting seeing how you interact, with your follow base on Facebook and your ideals, and you're not scared to promote what you think. I think that's what kind of drew us to kind of engaging on Facebook on many times on many things, whether we disagree or agree to disagree, but we never really completely disagreeing on points because you always you would start off real left, but then you will bring it back right. Not saying like Republican, Democrat, just like you went left field, but then you end and it's like, all right, I can see where you went with that. So it's like I was like, oh yeah, okay. It's a level of understanding after you kind of read through the whole post or whatever the case. To which it just intrigued me because I'm like, yo, this dude is interesting. I told him about you not too long ago. Like, yeah, we got somebody coming on the show, and it's like it's just an intriguing point of view. But before you say something, let me do the word of the show, core of the show.
Oh yeah.
So the word of the show is barmaceo, and that's just giving only the illusion of plenty. Oh wait, the illusion of plenty, and then it's supposed to be a comma right there. Illusory, which is basically, I use that because I just think in politics, they give the illusion, especially the Democratic Party now, that it's a bunch of black people in there. And the illusion for the Republican Party is there's a bunch of white people in there. And
that's so true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's so true.
So I just kind of tried
that
to.
stigma.
It's a stigma. And then the quote of the show is, you can't legislate goodwill. that comes through education by the infamous Malcolm X.
Oh, I was looking at that X like
X, man.
DM?
Oh, hi, it's Malik El Shabazz, man.
You ain't hear me, did you?
Yeah, I know.
I was Malik El Shabazz.
Malik
what was his pimp name again? Because we gotta remind people Malcolm X was a pimp.
That's a fact.
You see?
What, Big Red? What
It's Big Red. Big Red.
Big Red, yep.
Boy, we got to remind people you could transform.
You
You
can
damn sure
transform
could
out here.
transform. And what I was just going to say before we talk on the off-topic real quick. I was just going to say that the idea of you explaining yourself, most Republicans don't even get the time to explain themselves to people because we don't give a fuck what they got to say. A Democrat all day. A lot of black people just really, like, we just hear you propaganda. But we don't hear propaganda from the Democrat side. We hear the truth for some goddamn reason.
I don't know why. Have you received on any of those promises that you've been getting for the last couple decades?
Then again, by that point, Republicans have been receiving because whenever they promise a tax break, y'all motherfuckers get a tax break. Whenever they.
Well, and a lot of what it is that our black people don't vote Republican, and then they're like, oh, the Republican Party is so bad, they don't represent us. Well, we don't have our hat in that arena. We can't expect somebody to represent us that we don't pick or that we don't vote for. Why would they even care about us if we don't vote for them? And that's something that needs to be brought to the table and needs to be addressed. If we look at everybody just voting Democrat, a large issue that we have right now is that within the Democratic community or the would-be Democratic voters, the turnout is so low. And then you ask these Democrats that are registered to vote as Democrats, say, well, why don't you go vote? Well, I don't feel like my vote counts. Well, of course your vote doesn't count because everybody keeps voting in the same type of candidates. No offense, I'm not like flinging poo at anybody or anything, but
that's something you would say.
Just
to avoid saying shit.
No, I would not.
If you keep electing the same people in the same cliques, you're gonna keep getting the same results. You understand? And that's something that we need to move away from. We need to open up our eyes and seek out our options. There are a lot of good third-party candidates, but me being a Republican, I'm going to push myself. Remember, November 5th, vote Marcus C. Williams for South District. Put a little plug in there. Okay?
You got to.
Plug yourself.
What is this for?
Yourself.
What else is this for?
See, because I'm for my community. I'm doing my best to represent our community because we've been forgotten. And that's not something that's okay. We elect officials that promise us stuff. They don't come out. Not naming any names, but some of our council people I've tried to reach out to before in the past, 3, 4, 5, 100 times. I'm over exaggerating a little bit, but
that's quite a lot. Like a lot. You
see
me. You see my name.
You see me. Like I've seen you in person, and you're like, oh yeah, well we'll meet up, and nothing ever comes. We don't ever see anybody or whatever. We wonder what's going on for our community in city council, on the committees, in the mayor's office, in the national politics and political arena. So we've got all of these black people that say, oh, I'm proud and I'm Democrat, and they think that the Democrats have their best interests at heart, and that's not necessarily the truth because most politicians, period, no matter what party they're on, are just in it for their own fame and their own pockets. Okay, do believe that most politicians are getting theirs around the room somewhere in the back pocket. Okay.
So do you believe that Republicans are just more honest while Democrats are just selling the dreams?
Well, I take this comparison. Okay. Let's compare like the northern races to the southern races. Okay. You go down in the South, they be like nigga, and you be like whoa.
It is more abrasive.
Up here, they're like, oh, you're my friend or whatever, but behind your back, they talking all kinds of flick and flack. At least out there, you can tell
Jeremy Keppel.
who's against you.
Oh.
Yeah. You can,
no clue.
At least that way, you can tell who's against you to begin with. And it's not that Republicans are against blacks or they're against minorities. There are many minorities, especially in the Latino community or Latinx or however you say it now, let me be appropriate. Okay?
Yeah.
Hispanic community that are actually Republican. There are a lot of blacks that are actually Republican. It just so seems that more of us are Democrat because we have been in the recent history of the world.
We've been socialized that way.
Yes.
To be Democrat.
Have you ever seen a Mexican own a house?
A couple of them.
Oh, okay. I never seen a Mexican own a house.
Really?
I seen them rent.
Fix it up.
Build it. Mow the lawn. Take care of the house. I seen them take care of the house.
Never actually own the house.
Well, you also have to think nowadays, a lot of times renting is less expensive for a lot of people, which is a scary, scary thought. Because
I mean,
I don't see that.
I would rather lease nowadays than buy another fucking car because if anything go wrong, they gotta fix that shit, bro. Fuck
but
that.
they can also upcharge you.
Upcharge me?
Yes.
It depends on the type of car you get. Listen.
At least you don't own the car, so anything that you do wrong to that car that's not covered by this contract, you have to pay for it.
I get that aspect, but anything that go wrong with my car, I have to pay for it.
But it's your car, and you have a mileage cap
to
leasing. I drive too much.
Well, see, now you also have made a good point. It also goes back to housing.
Yep.
Okay, when you buy a house, you're supposed to own the house, but you still got to pay taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? If you don't pay taxes, they coming for your house.
Yeah, right. You don't actually own shit in America.
Never. And we already pay too much taxes.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one of the big thing about Republicans is trying to do their best to cut back on taxes.
Oh, yes?
Yes.
Y'all do that shit well.
Well.
Listen, I don't include myself in the majority.
You're a Republican, right? Claim your set. Bang your set. It's R over here, nigga. Like, bang your set. All right.
Look, but sometimes I'm gonna call it out. If they're wrong, they're wrong, bro.
Yeah.
They're wrong.
Okay.
I'm not the biggest fan of Trump. A lot of the policy, first of all, don't even get me started on him. Anybody out there that's in Trump land and loves him so much, I'm sorry to tell you that I do not love him that much at all. And he is a fake Republican.
But see, not a Republican.
Please don't come at me like that.
Don't say sorry.
He's not a Republican.
I'm just saying.
You want me to say it for you? Fuck them whole ass emotional ass niggas.
For real though. But we've gotten to PC in our country at this time.
Absolutely. 100%.
And we can't talk about anything up front or anything. Did you guys?
But Donald Trump does that. Go ahead.
But Donald Trump does that. Did y'all guys see Berkeley? Now they're gonna not stop calling them manhole covers. Are you crazy? Gender neutral.
Yeah. Manhole cover.
You can't.
What the fuck is a manhole cover?
The freaking sewers.
Yeah, bro. The tops.
They're called manholes.
Yeah.
But they got gender neutral. They're just the covers.
They're just covers now. They're just regular.
To the holes in the ground.
You better address that cover the way it's properly filmed.
Cover X.
Cover X.
That's funny. Okay. So we got off topic of the off topic. But real quick, I came across a interesting article today. I had a brain fart. Interesting article, and it said that police officers have no constitutional obligation to help private citizens. They only have the constitutional obligation to protect or not help or / protect private citizens. The only people that they have the constitutional obligation to help / protect are people in their custody, and these are government officials, including the police agencies. What's your thoughts on that?
Yep.
I have a lot of thoughts on that. A large issue that we have with the police, not to diverge from the topic much, is that people claim, oh, the police abuse me, they beat me up or whatever, and we need, right now, they're pushing for the PAB, the Police Accountability Board.
Right.
But, first of all, these people on there, what makes them so much moral than you?
Yeah.
Why aren't you on there?
Yeah.
How do you get on there? Who chooses these people? And then, who's to say that they're not easily corruptible? You got a board of people that are 5, 7, 10 people that can all be paid off or can all be coerced. You know, the police be like, well, maybe we don't patrol your street for a week.
You just said that before the show. It's a war over there. We're not coming back till the morning.
Y'all be all right.
Yeah, exactly.
Good luck.
You know, and a big issue is that with police brutality, they say that they get away with all types of stuff. And I say that there need to be laws, especially on the city level, that dictate what exactly is something that a police officer is not able to do. And people will talk policy, policy this, policy that, and not to say something like Donald Trump, but he didn't never lie about if you don't like something, change the law. I don't like the way that the police get away with a lot of things that they do, and I strongly support the police because I like to come home and my stuff is still in my house. I know my neighbor would take my shit.
That's if they choose, though.
Okay. Hey, look.
You could be one. You could be one of them niggas. They just he'll be alright.
Everybody saying half the time they don't even come and file the police report. They say
he'll be alright. It's my constitutional right.
How it happened.
Listen, I felt threatened in that neighborhood.
See, but there need to be laws on certain things in the municipalities independently, because that's another thing about Republicans a lot of people don't know. We're about small government. So local government is very important to us, less so than the federal government. And right now, the federal government is doing a lot of overreach, but that's a topic for another part.
I was going to say, that's how I be thinking y'all be popping, because we don't necessarily, Democrats, we don't really give a fuck about it. We just want to win the presidential election. Yeah. To us, that's our Super Bowl. Yeah. That's it. That's all we give a fuck about. We don't care who's in the Senate. Don't get me to talking, because I don't really but who's in the Senate, or how many we got on our side, juxtapose how many you got on your side. Like, we don't give a fuck about none of that. Who is elected president? But y'all, we'll start from the bottom up. Oh, but we literally are going to work our way up. We're going to get this nigga here, that nigga there, that nigga there. Y'all going to co-sign a few other niggas, get them there, and then eventually we president.
Right. And that's a big issue, because like, people blame Donald Trump for a lot of stuff, and I hate to bring him up, but he's a president, bro. There's no way around it.
How can you not, being a Republican? That's all we see.
They blame him for all types of stuff, and he's a terrible man, and he does bad things, okay? But he doesn't have a control over half of the things that you guys blame him for.
That's a fact.
You know?
And what president does, really?
No, right. It's all Congress, and Congress hasn't done poo about nothing.
Right.
Don't even get me started on Congress's inaction on everything like illegal immigration.
Yeah.
That's diverging a little bit from what we were talking about with the police. There are no laws that say that if a police officer continues to beat on somebody who's already restrained, that X, and Y will happen to them.
Right.
They will be jailed for X amount of time. They will lose their job. They will lose their pension or whatever. There's nothing that says that. And like you said, they may or may not decide to do what we as people, as individuals, okay, in the general public, feel is right.
Right.
Because they have their own policies, their own set of rules that they follow. Because if it's not on law, why should they uphold it?
Right. 100%.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean,
I just don't like to think about it so rationally.
But that's a big problem.
That's a big problem. Yeah. Big problem in the community. Yeah, nobody want to think about it. And when I seen this, I wasn't surprised. It was, I mean, if you go back to the origin of policing, where did it come from? Slave catchers.
That's
so, I mean, all the way back to this Bacon's Rebellion, when you had, and I've talked about this on the show before, but Bacon's Rebellion, when you had the white plantation owners elite. So these are all the people with the money. That's the 1%, the Ross family and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Of the world, or of the nation. And then you had the poor whites, you had the indentured servants, and then you had the slaves. They were all going to band together to overthrow the white plantation owners elite. The white plantation owners elite was like, hey, you white poor people, we're going to give you a badge and make sure you keep all these black people in line. The indentured servants and the slaves. That created the divide, the racial divide. And from then on, there's been slave catchers and slave, departments, bounty hunters, all that stuff. Yeah, that's where it derived from. So when I see something like this, I mean, the men that wrote the Constitution were slave owners.
That's
so if policing came from slave catching, then obviously in the Constitution they're going to protect their investments. They're going to protect everything. So that wasn't surprising to me. And then if you look at the demographics of police officers, the majority of them is white.
And
they're ran by white captains. I mean, we have a black captain here, but still, it's a white establishment. So when you're thinking about, and they're going into cities that they don't know. They're going to communities, patrolling them that they don't know. So it's obvious that they should be able to be like, oh, wow, they have guns over there. They're shooting. I'm not gonna go over there until they calm down a little bit and put my little yellow tape up and investigate, hold my notepad out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
all that.
Chicago. Think about Chicago. Think about the response time in Chicago when you call for an ambulance or anything.
That's a big thing.
They're right there. They could be right around the corner. It's like,
yeah.
We'll wait till it die down a little bit.
You goddamn right. I ain't about to risk my life. I got kids to feed. Niggas, fuck out my
For real.
Yo, can you imagine being one of the first niggas to actually go to a slave owner's house talking about you about the Area 51 that shit? I couldn't be one of them first niggas. I couldn't be one of the first niggas.
See, but a lot of issues like that is we have this mindset in our community being black and being mistreated by them for so long. Like you said, it goes all the way back to slavery time.
Yeah.
We've been mistreated by them so long that what's the commonality in the saying? Fuck the police, right? And nobody wants to talk to the police. But when they mama gets shot or they baby dies in whatever incident, now all of a sudden they want to be all up in the police face.
I'm calling on Tyrone.
Okay, right.
Call on Tyrone.
You know, the police are like, oh, well, now you want me, huh? Well, what have you done for me lately?
Oh,
well, I mean,
police be bougie. You little thought you.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'll start.
Right, and that's why more of our people need to get into these type of positions so that not only, one, can we have a better understanding and a better outlook on what's going on in there, because if you're not in there, you don't know what's really going on. Okay, and we're not able to change the way that our neighborhoods are policed if we're not on the police force. Right now, there is an extremely low amount of police out there. I'm not telling y'all to go out and commit crimes. Don't do that. Okay, do good. Okay,
wink, nudge, nudge. Do y'all thing. Young niggas sell that dope.
Okay,
young niggas sell that dope.
But that's why you see a crazy police presence when something small happens, because they want to perpetrate this big vision like, oh, it's so many police and stuff like that. But no,
that's a fact.
They're severely understaffed. And right now is a time for us to go in and apply and do better. But a lot of us don't qualify.
Yeah.
You know, and then I really have questions.
But they screen them too, though, because I interviewed to be a state trooper down in Georgia.
Right.
And they screen you a lot, and they ain't like my answers. I knew they didn't like my answers.
Right. And
because they want you to, their main thing is integrity. So they want you to say, oh, if you call for me for backup, like if you call for backup and I'm 10 minutes away and I go to you and whatever it is that you're doing, whether you beating somebody or doing something unlawful or whatever, they want me to say in this interview that I will back you no matter what, and I won't correct you in the moment.
Right, and
they want you to say that.
It's crazy. But you know what's even worse is like you're saying, a lot of the questions that they ask, but also a lot of the facts that I've been hearing from people who've applied and stuff like that. Like they'll get to different parts of the trainings or the testings and stuff like that, and then they just won't get hired. And you know, at some point, once you hear it so many times, you know, one person, okay, they're just talking, two people, maybe. Once you start hearing it like 10, 15 people, you start to have questions.
Yeah, so it's a pattern.
And it seems that way. I believe maybe we need to take a deep retrospective look into our policies that we've been instituting when we've been hiring for the Rochester Police Department. And I don't know if that's something that they're fully ready to do.
Nah, I don't think so. But I just feel like it's you're going into the establishment. Go ahead.
Okay, what if real niggas made the questionnaire? So, for instance, if you saw me driving with a blunt in my mouth, but I was doing the speed limit, listening to Christian music, doing the 10-20, just what would you do? Yeah, I'm gonna see motherfucker. Oh, he's sweating. He'll pull me over. No, out of here.
Well,
I think
it depends. How are you driving?
Oh,
can I smell it? Okay. Is it very pungent? Okay, so we have to take a lot of things into account, and a lot of that is to pull away from the stigma. Oh, this person is black, so they're automatically doing wrong. I've been pulled over before, bro. Let me tell you, 2 years ago, I got pulled over in Gates. This gate trooper is like, I had recently stopped, like I had stopped on a dime because this dude just pulled out in front of me from one of the side streets out there. Oh. Okay, like, everything. You hear the tires and everything, okay? Dead stop. Dead stop. This dude is speeding his ass off, excuse my language. But he's speeding all down the road and everything. And then the cop comes up and pulls me over. Okay, pulls me over. There's no way that I could be going over the speed limit because I just had to come to a complete stop. You pulled me over 2 blocks away. I'm not driving a Maserati. I'm driving a little old Kia.
And how close was this to 9/11?
Okay.
You look kind of.
I think we should talk about that in a couple seconds, but we should also talk about that too. Because I'm tired of people being like, yo, you Muslim, you African, and they automatically make assumptions about me because of the way I look. I'm black and Native American, okay? I'm African American with Native American origin, and that's my descent. That's why I look so sexy. This don't come
there
out
you
of
go. Talk that
box,
shit.
okay?
Talk that shit.
Let me put this out here, okay?
Uh-huh.
But people assume a lot of times that I'm of some other race. So when the dude pulled me over, he's like, do you know why I'm pulling you over? I'm like, no, I have no clue. I just came from Walmart. It's a tough day. I'm running for election right now as a Democrat. Maybe you knew I was a Democrat at the time. He's like,
damn.
Well, sir, do you know how fast you were going? I said, yeah, I was doing the speed limit. He's like, well, sir, you were going above the speed limit. You were going about this fast. I was like, how fast? Like 75? Like 75? I just came from a complete stop in my little old Kia. Are you playing with me right now? Let me find out this got that type of Mustang get up and go in this piece. Okay? So
0 to 16.
Then the guy has a nerve to tell me, I said, well, what's going on, officer? Blah, blah, blah. We have been trying to keep my hands on the steering wheel. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to end up like Rodney King in this piece. And me being a black man, I'm nervous a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, not a little bit. I'm a damn lie.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
Very much so. And I'm in Gates, bro. I'm in Gates. Okay. So, right, you already know. Okay. So the officer is like, well, this is Speed Safety Awareness Week or something like that. I'm like, what?
That sound like get a nigga a week.
What the fuck?
Just get a nigga. Whatever you do, just get a nigga.
You understand?
You got
what
3
I'm
niggas
saying?
to get today.
He's
If you're
like,
not fine, DACA pay.
And it's from the state or whatever. So the dude ends up giving me a ticket, whatever the case is, blah, blah, blah. And I go home. I'm like, what the hell just happened? I'm trying to call people that I know. What is this? What's going on? Come to find out, yes, there is something similar to what the gentleman did tell me. Not that he was a gentleman by any rights, okay? But there is something to what he told me. But that was like 2 weeks before that. Okay, so either he didn't know what was going on, and then it's awareness, bro. Well, let me be aware of what's going on. You ain't got to give me a ticket. You're supposed to alert
a
me.
nice little talk would have done.
Like,
Sufficed.
oh, I'm speeding to the red light that's in front of me. Okay, y'all know where the KFC is, right over there. Okay, right there, coming down from Walmart, right there.
Oh shit, that little plaza.
Yeah, so I'm like 2 blocks from there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all of those lights are always red. I don't know how or why. Whenever you get to them, they are red. Okay,
they're waiting for you.
They right.
Now they're trying to match your eyes. Red eyes. Red eyes.
So I'm not, so I'm like, this is crazy. This is profiling, and that's not the only time that I've had a poor experience with the police. Lots of times. One time I was with some of my friends, and like we stopped and we're on the sidewalk. We were on Dewey and Glendale.
Okay, you got to describe your friends now. How many of them are white?
None of them.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I do have white friends. Okay, let me not put that out there like I got token white friends. Okay? I've got black friends, So
I got token white.
I do have friends that are white that I associate with on regular basis. Okay.
My sister just married a white man.
Right. But but they're black, and some of them are thuggish, to say the least. You understand what I'm saying?
I Hillary Clinton.
Especially in attire.
Okay, crime bill.
Okay.
Super predators.
So we stopped on the sidewalk. The police hopped out the car, pulled up outside of us, talking about. And at this time I was working 60 hours a week, bro. So to see me outside of work, one time I went to work with not dress pants on. My boss told me that he didn't know that I owned a pair of jeans. Okay, that's how much I work. Okay, so the police pulled me over, pulled up to us while we were standing there talking. We just stopped for a second, talking about, get off my sidewalk. What? I pay taxes. Oh, I shouldn't have said
taxes.
that. It was just, I don't know what possessed me to say that. And he just got out and then harassed us for that. A couple days later, me and my friends are walking in the evening down Glendale, and this white dude comes out of nowhere, pulls a gun on us, bro. It's 2 of us. Well, 3 of us, 2 of them, 1 of me, and pulls a gun on us and points it right at me, and then tries to say, where are you going, interrogating us like he's the police or something. And even if he was the police, you don't pull a gun on nobody. Okay, you have no intents or purposes to do that. We're not doing anything illicit. We're walking while black, okay? That's a problem, must be.
Motherfucker, what you thought?
Okay.
You better give it a program.
Look, we weren't smiling enough. He couldn't see our teeth, so that was a problem. Okay? So we're down here walking, and he pulls a gun on us and then walks us up the street, bro, to our people's house that we were going to.
Well, he had to be sure now. Safety first around here, man. Y'all might have been doing more than you're saying. Look, I understand you're running for the office, but goddamn, you might be holding back that little weed you was puffing back in the day.
We weren't at the time doing anything illicit. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there was no reason, okay?
Yeah.
And when this happened, we called the police, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. You know, black people don't call the damn police. Okay. Look, might be losing.
They might arrest us for calling them.
Right. Exactly.
Who made this goddamn complaint?
You know, so I called the police, okay, and Officer Stadenko and his partner come up, okay, whatever his name is, okay, whoever.
I thought you had a grudge. I'll never forget that nigga name, Officer Stadenko.
No,
wait till I get in office. If that nigga still working.
Where's Stadenko at?
You don't work here no more. Pack your stuff.
Yeah.
Stadenko.
Pack your stuff.
But not to put anybody out there like that, but it's a problem because him and his blonde eyes, blue eyes self gonna come up to me in the middle of the night. When I was little, all I wanted to do was be the police, okay? Police protect, police serve, all of that good stuff. That's what they put into your mindset, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to be the police. I wanted to train to be the police.
Brainwashed.
Okay? So all I did was train on to remember stuff, to be observant, and to always be aware. Okay? So when he came, he was like, well, what did the guy have? I'm like, he wore this, and this. This was the pattern. I can draw it. This was what he was wearing. This what the hair looked like. This, that, and third. Oh, I must have given a man too much details. Okay, he's like, oh, you can't possibly see all of that in the dark. What? What? That's what I trained most of my life when I was little to do your job. I can do your job better than you can. Okay, and the next level up because I always wanted to be a detective. Okay, I'm an inquisitive, rational thinker that is definitely very objective. And I need me some facts and some information so I can draw out a very well-defined conclusion based on the evidence that's up to me.
Are you in Neighborhood Watch?
No. But it goes to show you what's so crazy is the dude was like, yo, if you saw all of that and it's dark, well, what's the color of my eyes? I said, your eyes are blue. You got this hair color, but it's a little dirty blonde, okay? It ain't really all the way blonde. And you're about 6'3". Okay, 6'3", 6'3.5", and you weigh about 190 pounds, and you're a little lengthy, and you probably got about 20 pounds of gear on you right now, including a bulletproof vest. And he's like, well, what do you want me to do about it? Bitch, I want you to file a police report. Find this dude.
You got to do all that to file a police report?
Bro, come to find out later from a white neighbor in the area, okay, because they wasn't trying to tell us nothing, give us no information or nothing, that the dude was hopped up on pills, okay, and he's an ex-retired police officer, and that's why nothing ever came of the whole situation.
They protect their own even after. So, to kind of change gears a little bit, that's crazy. That's a crazy.
Hell of a story.
Yeah, that's a crazy story.
A white man hopped up on pills. You don't want to see that.
That's ex-police, and we protecting them now.
And with a
gun. Let's talk about. So on the 4th, we had a conversation about citizenship. Black people giving up their citizenship because they don't want to acknowledge the 4th of July and like different American holidays. Which I am one of those people because I don't care for 4th of July because the 4th of July doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't represent my freedom. It doesn't represent anything for me, so
none of these holidays do.
Juneteenth.
What's Juneteenth?
See, you don't even know.
See, Juneteenth to me isn't even
what's Juneteenth?
A good enough holiday because it's supposedly when the last slaves were freed in Texas.
So well then I'll celebrate that shit.
I'll
celebrate that shit before I celebrate an American
slavery
holiday.
In America didn't go away. It's still here, but
it's transformed.
That's a whole nother thing.
But we're talking about chattel slavery.
But slavery was legal in Mississippi until 2013, y'all. And if you don't believe me, go look it up.
I remember that.
And when I used to be little and I used to take road trips down the South, I always used to be looking out the window thinking that I'm going to see somebody running out the field looking for their freedom.
Jumping in your
Yeah,
truck.
nah.
Come to find out, that really could have happened.
It really could have happened, but on the books it was free. I mean, technically slavery is still a thing today. It's just in the mass incarceration. The Constitution says that they can be considered slaves.
Don't get me started on mass incarceration.
So
that's a big thing for me.
It is. It is a big thing. So let's talk about that. And how you said you feel like they should give up if they don't want to honor. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if they don't want to honor, like holidays like the 4th and American freedom, because you're very big at supporting America as a whole.
I do.
And they should give up their citizenship to other people that actually want to be here.
Well, I mean, look at all of the people who come in through immigration channels legally. Okay, not to put anybody out there, but this lovely young lady that I'm dealing with presently. Okay.
She white?
No, she's black.
Okay. Good
Super black. I mean, she's black from the heart of the motherland. Okay. She's from Sierra Leone originally. She came here fleeing the war and fleeing the civil war that was over there. She's a citizen now, and it is very hard for her to get her citizenship. You know, it's not something that's very easy.
She got family? She might know Matufu Shakur. You can send me down there. We can Skype this whole motherfucker, bro.
You trying to look for another black man that love white women. You done striked out twice.
I love all women. I love all women.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So and she's so proud of her citizenship, and that's something that you see from a lot of people who are immigrants in this country. They're so proud of America.
So they celebrate the 4th? I don't see.
It's
I don't
not
see
about
the correlation. I could be proud to be in America and still be disappointed in America's actions.
Okay, well, but see, this is, and I guess maybe I turned it a little bit. So let me address the question that you asked directly. Okay, that wasn't quite what I was saying, but I was saying if people are so hard up on America and they hate America so much, like the other day, Chris Pratt wore this shirt that had the Garrison flag on it. Okay, the snake that says don't tread on me. Okay, and people just lost all their shit. Okay. Like apparently it's bad.
That's some Illuminati shit?
Huh?
That's some Illuminati shit?
No, it's one of the first flags of America. Check it out. It's a yellow flag, snake on it, says don't tread on me.
Okay.
Anyway, so people were upset at that, and they're like being mad at patriotism. Mm-hmm. Okay, but you live in this country. This is our country we helped to build and predominantly built on our backs. Let's be real. And to be honest, America, for me, is the best place that I can be in the world because we got a whole continent of black people in Africa, and you still can't get half of nowhere. And that's a problem. But in America, you actually have more opportunities. It's a land of opportunities, quote unquote, you know. But that's why so many people come here legally and illegally because they see the options for opportunities.
I'm still confused. What does me loving where I am, because I love America, but still want them to at least acknowledge they're wrong, so I'm not celebrating what y'all celebrate because what y'all celebrating are off the backs of our people, and I want to be acknowledged, and I want my people to be respected, and I want us to have certain things specifically granted to us because we're owned for that. So I'm not gonna represent y'all when y'all don't even acknowledge us.
So if the country doesn't represent you, but we've got all of these black people that are no. We've got all of these black people that are politicians. So what are they doing wrong, bro? Like all of these black people in Congress and Senate. Why do you think that your interests aren't being met? That's one of the reasons why I'm running, because I don't feel like our interests are being met. Not just as being me as a black person, but my district being the South District, we do have a lot of white people there too, so don't get it twisted. I'm not just running for the blacks, I'm running for everybody. But I am running for the blacks also.
Okay. Now, I think I see where you're going. You're answering a very specific part, but I just want I want something specific, very answered.
Okay.
What does me disapproving of America's value, meaning the 4th of July, have to do with me loving where I am in America?
Okay. Loving physically your location in America?
No, not my location. I love America. This shit is beautiful.
So if you love America, why couldn't you celebrate the 4th of July? The 4th of July. Hold on.
Go ahead.
The 4th of July. The 4th of July is not necessarily representative of slavery or of the denial that there was slavery or anything like that. The fact of the matter is that is when America gained its freedom in order for us to presently be citizens. Otherwise, we would still be under British rule or maybe French rule. Who knows what would have happened?
Okay.
But we are here presently still and under American rule. Not that I agree with all of American laws and rules and all of that.
Okay.
But thankfully, we are here where we are now, and that means that we can move forward and we can not only empower our people, but we can do better and we can achieve more because we know where we've come from.
So that being... Oh, okay.
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, go ahead. No.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I get that part. But what's the problem with... or is there a problem? Because I don't want to make it seem like we're going after you.
Right.
Is there a problem with having the ability to acknowledge, for example, off topic, not necessarily the 4th, but let's say the Columbus Day. Columbus Day is a federal holiday.
Don't play them games with Columbus.
Well, yeah. So Columbus Day is a federal holiday to which people celebrate Columbus Day. But with some people, Columbus was an actual explorer that came and did blah, blah, blah.
You mean
and then
raped, pillaged, and maimed?
Well, right. And then you have the other people that actually have the knowledge of what Columbus actually did to say, okay, this is a federal holiday that I don't acknowledge simply because I understand what happened during this day or what this person stand for or something like that. So to flip it back to the 4th, it's the same difference for me. Like, okay, and I mean, you seen I posted the dates and everything. When the 4th of July happened, 1776.
Right.
July 4th. People were still enslaved.
Yeah.
Black people were still enslaved. They used some black people to fight in the war.
This
but
is true.
In the same sense, it's okay, well, shoot, y'all enslaved or y'all indentured servants. Y'all don't have no choice anyway.
We was good enough to work but not be people.
And it's easy to pitch, okay, so listen, if you fight with us,
bruh,
such and such will happen because Britain won't be doing X, Y, and Z. You see what I'm saying? So
and we'll find your
the
long
same
lost
thing
son.
happened after the Civil War.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
They
same
never
pitch.
gave us what we were promised.
100%. But then it goes back to, okay, so Abraham Lincoln wasn't a great president because the Emancipation Proclamation did not free slaves, or was not for the slaves or him wanting to free slaves. It was for support for the Union to defeat the Confederacy.
The South shall never rise again.
The South shall never rise again. So I will do what I have to. I will compromise enough to make sure that we will prevail, period, right? Which I ain't mad at it because I don't even know how the America would look if the Confederacy won that war. You know what I'm saying? So it's more so like, okay, I have the knowledge of the 4th being Independence Day for the nation from Great Britain, but it's not our Independence Day from America because we were still enslaved to America at this time still, and it took years upon years upon years for us to even get to the point to which Juneteenth, where after the Emancipation Proclamation, after the Civil War, to where message or word got out to Texas that slaves are no longer slaves.
Word to get out to Texas.
You know what I'm saying? So it's more so like
horse.
I don't. Right. And it was riding horses too.
Like, wait, Western Union.
Yeah, so for that, it's more so like, okay, well, I get what you were saying, but in the same sense, because you did ask, well, have anybody, tried to give up their citizenship? I was like, I mean, we've had the conversation. We brought brother on the show, Emotep, on exploring that possibly. I mean, you can do it if you wanted to which you're not necessarily giving up your citizenship, but you're claiming your indigenous roots to where you will be awarded the reparations that indigenous people have gotten over the years, and I mean billions and billions of dollars of reparations and different things like tax cuts, not having to pay taxes and things of that nature because they have, the treaties and things that they've done in the past. So that's the route that I'm going, and it's more so like, okay, cool. Where I know I'm an American citizen, and I know that, in other countries, I was just in Japan, and they live a different life. So it's more so like, we have the ability and the freedom to freely think. So in that process of freely thinking and being able to think for ourselves and internalize information that is a click away, we should be able to say, I don't support the 4th of July.
And that's essentially where I was going.
Which is fine. See, but the point that I was making is, if you don't support it, I shouldn't be shamed for you not supporting it.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact, 100%.
See, but people will jump down your throat and they'll say, "Oh, well, you shouldn't like it because I don't like it." No, America is, you have the liberty to believe and do what you want to believe. As long as your liberty doesn't interfere with my liberty, we cool.
Yeah.
You know, but a lot of people propagate this, I guess I should say, attitude that, oh, America ain't shit, this, that, and the third. Not saying you.
Who said
Yeah,
that?
no.
But I know.
Where's
but
better?
I know you've heard it. No, I know you heard it. I know you heard it.
From people outside Russia.
Look, no.
Yeah,
better
I never heard nobody in the, well, you also are in the political realm, and the people that you probably come across,
I've heard outside of the political realm. I mean,
then I've never heard somebody say America ain't shit. I heard them refer to what America's doing and say America ain't shit, but that was a specific incident. I never heard them like completely generalize.
Well, people, but it happens all the time.
I want to hear some shit like that.
It happens all the time, and it's bad.
Why? I find it funny. I want to hear your opinion. Why do you find America so bad? Like, buddy, where do you, buddy? Buddy, like, where do you? Come on, where are you going? Where are you going?
That's exact, and that goes back to what I was saying before. But I'm not. I'm saying if you are so dissatisfied, and this isn't everybody. This isn't even you necessarily because you don't celebrate the holiday.
Yeah.
Okay, that's on you.
I don't celebrate Christmas.
I don't celebrate none of that shit.
Right. I celebrate
Kwanzaa. I do.
Listen.
Yeah.
I am specifically not a Jehovah's Witness because I like my birthday, and I'm going to celebrate all the celebrations, okay? We're going to have, what we got, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, okay, Festivus, okay, all of it.
All that shit.
The Festival of Lights, Diwali, all of it. I want it all.
I can respect that.
Okay.
It's dope because it's
I like that.
Like, if you think about it, just like how we use the 4th, like that's our national day off of work, right? Our the holidays can be our national time to drink or smoke. This is how I celebrate.
That's the holidays. That's the way that people.
This is how I celebrate.
Yep.
Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah. Don't nobody even know what Cinco de Mayo is about.
No, nobody knows.
Who really gives a fuck? That's
all
their shit. Do they really know what Kwanzaa about?
Nope.
Fuck that.
Man, we don't really know what Kwanzaa is about.
That's different, but I don't know none of that shit. I don't know none of that shit. Like that's good though. But all I'm saying is the only thing I really know is, like you said, my birthday. I know what I like to do on my birthday, so we'll celebrate that. Exactly. And if I get a girl, if I have a kid, all right, we'll celebrate your birthday. Figure out what you like. But that whole Christmas shit, man, if I see anybody coming in my house on calling it Christmas, a white man, fat as a bitch, you trying to make a sandwich in my refrigerator or some shit, nigga? What the fuck?
Eat your cookies and
eat
drink your milk, bro.
You don't pay no rent.
You leave the cookies and milk out.
I leave so rats and roaches can get up in that
anticipating him coming in your house.
You
up in your
don't
house.
even do that shit for your homies. Do you make your homies milk and cookies?
And leave it right there. And they leave your door open that night and go to sleep.
And just go, fuck out my face, Santa. Fuck out my face. And then fucking rabbits don't even.
Well, it's the
rabbits don't lay eggs.
Okay, well, but that's
rabbits
not what
don't
it's about. It's about the fertility celebration and the spring equinox. And a lot of people don't realize that, and that's the reason why it is that way. And it's really a pagan holiday, but people act like it's Christian anyway because we just kind of was like, yeah, this is our shit now, and everybody that is pagan should be with us because we celebrate the same holiday, just a little bit different.
Wait, so you're a Christian?
I am Christian. I am non-denominational Christian. I was born
what?
Non-denominational. I don't claim a specific denomination.
Non-denominational. Okay.
I thought it was like he likes to fuck submissive Christians. No. Like I'm a dominant Christian.
I didn't say that wasn't true. However, originally I was born and christened Catholic. Okay. When I was older, I was willfully and willingly baptized Baptist. After learning more about the religion and stuff like that, I've decided that none of them really fit me because I don't necessarily believe specifically everything that most of them do.
Well, you could get baptized twice?
No, you christened when you're a baby, so you don't go to purgatory. If you're unchristened, they say if you're an unbaptized baby, you get stuck in purgatory.
Okay,
or hell, depending on what you
stuck
think.
in hell. So everybody's stuck in hell.
Everybody's stuck in hell.
Well, if you weren't, if you
like
died before you're baptized. In this case, that's why you christen babies when they're first born.
Isn't that when they snip off the excess of your penis?
No, that's circumcision.
Oh,
different religion.
Okay, I knew one of them motherfuckers.
That's Judaism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know me.
So,
well, you don't know me, but
but yeah. So I choose to be Christian. I did a lot of introspective research into it and self-searching and everything. There a lot of the religions have a lot of stuff that is very similar to each other.
100%.
So what happened when Jesus hit? I'm sorry for interrupting, but I want to know, like, what was the moment when Jesus hit you where you decided this is it for me?
Well, I was raised in the church, so it
was always there.
It was always there. But here's my thing and my personal belief. I don't want to shatter anybody's dreams out there or anybody's opinions of me. But since you ask about it, I believe that Jesus was more of a reformer for the Judeo religion than what people realize. Jesus was more of a Martin Luther type of person, not Martin Luther King, but Martin Luther nailed the theses to the door. Okay, and that's what, not feces. I said theses.
No, I know what you meant. I'm laughing like in the opposite. Did you just compare Jesus to Martin Luther King?
Yeah. No.
No, but it's the opposite. Like Martin Luther King and Jesus. Martin Luther King, Jesus somewhere around here.
No, he's down here somewhere. Martin stood for something more. He marched.
That's Martin. The Million Man. Name 1 Million Man march Jesus ever had.
Let's not know.
Yeah, I was like,
look, that's another show. That's another show.
Don't get me to talking. I don't know.
But religion is very important to me. And it's not important to me that everybody has my same beliefs or necessarily believes in the main religion that I subscribe to. Because I even subscribe to my religion a little different than a lot of other people do.
Yeah. Okay? Say the name again real quick.
Non-denominational.
Non-denominational. Okay.
Non-denominational Christian.
Non-denominational Christian. Okay.
Now, with me and Christianity, that is my upbringing. I chose to stay Christian because while I love Jesus, okay, the Lord is that dude. Okay? And I wouldn't want to be on any other team but the team of the Lord because when you piss him off, he tears up everything.
Yes, the fuck he does.
Everybody got to die.
Everybody got to die.
Everybody got to die.
That's like your dad coming home, the house a mess. Everybody get out.
Everybody got to go.
And I dig it. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of leader that I want.
Damn.
We about to tear some shit up in here.
So you love Trump then? That nigga
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
That nigga destroy some shit. You don't fuck with him.
Absolutely not. Because because he's done some things that I feel are directly against the best interest of our government because I believe firmly that he is being held by either Russia or China under their thumb. Okay? Whether you believe it or not, and I like the trade war. He has
business ties to both places, right?
Like, for instance, the trade war. I am a very firm believer in the trade war for reasons that would probably take too long to discuss on this show.
Yeah.
But what it's doing mostly is allowing China to advance their interests around the world, especially in Latin and South America, and people aren't realizing it. We're losing a lot of ground.
Africa.
And, bro, don't even tell me about Africa. They're colonizing Africa, bro. Yeah. When will Africans realize, stop letting people get in our shit?
Because we're all loving people, man.
Man, it's just so bad what's going on in the world and the fact that America is losing our standing and that this dude likes to give away our secrets. I'm not able to deal with that. Yeah. I'm not able to forgive a lot of the stuff that he's done. Okay? That's a big thing, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I don't want him to be president. Okay? But when you are knowingly giving up our assets as far as CIA agents and military technology goes, now we have an issue and a problem because you're affecting the security of our whole country, and that affects me as an individual and my people.
Yeah.
Okay, my community, my brother, my person next door that lives next to me. You're affecting all of us, and that's problematic for me. Okay, and that's why I take an issue with him more than what everybody else says. People be like, oh, Trump and his Muslim ban. First of all, that man is the worst salesman that there is, okay? And I know everybody loves him so much. He is a bad salesman, okay? I support a lot of the things that he says because I supported them and was for them before he said it, okay? He's going to call things a Muslim ban. A Muslim ban, okay? Because there are countries that are predominantly Muslim. No, we just tend to blow up countries that are predominantly Muslim, okay? And people that look like us, okay? Black like this, okay? Now, what it should have been called is the ban on people whose countries we blew the fuck up.
Wait.
Okay.
I think you should take it a step further.
Okay.
A ban on countries that even look like they want some smoke. Hey, you ain't about to give us that order? You want some smoke?
You understand? But you understand what I'm saying? Like, we blew a lot of these.
Send them that little email in whatever language they talk.
Yep.
Translate this. Hey, go over to the West Wing and get my translator.
Do I want smoke?
But it's crazy because, like, if somebody came over here and blew up my grandma, my one-legged dog, and my fish ain't bothered nobody. If it took me 30 years and I had to wait in secret in somebody else's country, I would fuck they shit up.
But to the argument against that, imagine if we saw if Afghanistan or somebody flew a fucking drone over our shit. We would tear some shit up. We would tear that.
So imagine they don't even have to fly it over because they wouldn't get into our airspace.
That's the thing.
But just get into our waters, it's over. Yeah, just like the Sorry, I keep on cutting you off.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Make your point.
Just like Iran.
Yeah.
You familiar with it? I just read the article. Iran just took over. Its tensions is high in Iran now, and they just took 2 oil tankers from Great Britain.
Good. Look, I'm ready for some shit to go down because honestly, America's like the police of the world. So imagine if they can't.
But we owe them everything, trillions of dollars. I
don't get it. But and also like because I heard obviously I don't follow the news.
A lot of their assets, though, but that's another thing.
Oh, I don't even know what y'all talking. Anyway, but
we took their wallet and we got it in a safety deposit box, talking about you can't get it back. That's what happened.
Okay. Think about racketeering.
Hold on. Let me make this point because it's real quick.
Yeah.
I'll forget.
You already forgot.
Fuck.
You already forgot.
Fuck. What was we talking about real quick? Fuck. Okay. But and when we cannot get you with our policemen that's on the ground, our army men or navy men or marines or whatever the fuck section of the
Rangers.
Yep. The ones with the blue hats, NATO or whatever. If we can't get you with them, we gonna send an airstrike to your whole fucking building, killing 98% of civilian rate. 2% of it, yeah, we got you. But 98%. So you're telling me if I was still in that environment and I know America just bombed my mama, my grandmother, my sister, they ain't had shit to do with shit, I'm not going to want to retaliate?
Well, but this is what I'm saying. You're making the same point that I'm making. And the crazy thing is that's the same thing that I'm saying. Yes. America.
Okay, explain this.
Ignorant person.
Check it out, okay? America was founded on vengeance, revenge, and retaliation.
Goddamn right.
100%.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, and now
white people will start it like that. But
we've been raised off of movies like
Terminator.
Let's not even talk about that. Let's talk about westerns. Okay. Let's talk about westerns. Let's talk about any martial arts movie. Oh, you killed my father when I was 3 years old. Yep. Now you're an old man with a beard and a cane.
Motherfucker, you know what you did.
Right. I don't know who you are.
Motherfucker, yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I bet you don't.
You're going to know now. Right? Isn't that what we've been raised on?
That's true.
And then you're like, well, we should let all of these people in. I'm like, no, the F we should not. No, we shouldn't. I've seen that movie. It doesn't work out well for us.
They about to take over America.
And that's what I'm not to say that they would take over, not to say that everybody is bad, but to say that you definitely gotta expect some bad blood. You have to. Mm-hmm. You have to. And even if they come over here with the best of intentions, you understand what I'm saying? They still not gonna like us the same way black people don't like the police.
That's a fact.
Man, I just believe we should start respecting the shit more. Obviously, you want to know what's going on with the outside neighboring communities because you don't want them hatching plots and then you're surprised like a sneak guerrilla attack or some shit. Obviously, I get it because I still want to be safe and I still want our military folks not to get bombed for no fucking reason. I get it. Right. I get it. I'm just saying we cannot bully the world and expect the David and Goliath situation to fucking happen. Somebody gonna team up and say, fuck America. Let's get these niggas up out of here.
But that's what's happened with China and their One Belt, One Road initiative. People don't realize, okay, a couple years ago, China was like, fuck it, we're taking over the whole world. Here's our whole 100-year plan to take over and dominate the world. And it's got rainbows and unicorns in that bitch. And if you don't believe me, check it out. Okay? Check out, and they've got plans on their communist website for the country and everything.
They got a Tao Lynch program?
Bro.
Tao Lynch Program.
But it's so serious. It's so serious, and people aren't paying attention, and they're eroding the standard of our government all around the world. And they're like, listen, America done been messing in your shit forever.
Yes.
It's time for you to come over and deal with us. And what they do is they trick them into stuff like they've done in Jamaica, where they're like, okay, we're going to give you all these loans and you just pay us back. But they give them on terms that they're never able to pay back. So then when you're not able to pay them back, they take over whatever the infrastructure that you just built. Exactly,
that
bro.
That sound like student loans. That sound like
with terms for like 100 years. That's an indefinite term, bro. By the time it comes around, who's gonna know that you don't own it anymore?
Right.
Everybody dead.
Yeah.
Everybody dead.
You might as well say this is a mortgage, bro.
But that's what they're doing in Africa. That's what's happening in South America. Now Italy's signed on to that nonsense, so they're making inroads in the EU. We need to be aware and be wary of this stuff, but people aren't paying attention. I'm very concerned for my country. And like I said off before we started, people think that sometimes accuse me of being xenophobic because of, right? Okay, xenophobic means that you're scared of people from outside of your country.
Oh, I thought that was you was afraid of spiders.
No. That's
arachnophobia.
Okay, so one person accused me of that before, and that was the first time I ever got accused of that. I was like, "What? Me? You must not know me."
Xenophobia.
Because what I say is that we should actually unite all of the Americas. They're already called America already.
That's a fact.
North America, South America. We
I actually used that on that post.
Yeah, we already one thing already.
I don't want them bugs that motherfuckers got down there. That's how you get Zika and meniscus.
Look, speaking of Zika, isn't it kind of funny, that they always used to say that the witch doctors would shrink your head, and now all of a sudden the babies got shrinking heads?
Oh,
I'm
shit.
just saying. So that's funny. Okay. It's not funny, but it is.
Nigga, that's funny.
Okay.
Small ass ass. Nigga think a lot. His hair gonna fall back.
Yo. See, but with all the climate shift and stuff like that, we getting them big bugs, bro. We getting them big bugs. We got lionfish up in New York State. What the fuck? Excuse my language. What do you mean a lionfish? That is a tropical fish.
We had an alligator in Genesee Valley Park last week.
Good.
Where'd that come from?
I don't even know. It was asleep. It just thawed out.
That would be some shit. That would be some shit. But good, that motherfucker traveled.
That's what I'm saying.
That motherfucker land before time out here.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Bigfoot ass. Are you paid to know everything, nigga?
I am not.
Because nigga, you know a lot about a lot.
I do my best to follow things that interest me, and a lot of things interest me.
So you read this shit every night? Like, is there something like a new? You listen to PTR or Rural
NPR?
NPR. You know what the fuck.
I follow the UN news. I follow BBC. I follow a lot of different news outlets. I don't get to read them like I would like, so I can fully get a grasp of exactly what's going on. But I do read enough that I should really probably be in foreign currency markets because I need me some of that money.
That's a fact.
There's money out there?
Yeah, that's
need to be in Forex.
For real?
For sure.
The money out there?
Yeah.
Let's go to Africa, nigga.
And I've been talking about it, bro.
All right, bro.
I'm trying to be about it.
Nah. All you gotta do is introduce me to your girl mama single.
Your mom. I don't know what the Africans do.
She building a house in Africa. Hey, I don't know, man.
And I know she could cook too.
Look, see, but that's and I know this is a little off topic, but it goes back to politics.
Yeah.
Okay. Like we just mentioned and brought up Forex trading and stuff like that. A lot of our people in our community don't get financial literacy.
That's
100%.
true. That's true.
100%.
And that's a big thing. And I just made a little talk about that the other day. Financial literacy and leadership development are two of the most important things
Strategic leadership.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but they don't even teach leadership development. You can't be a leader if you don't know what a leader is.
100%.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have this in our community. We're underbanked. We're underserved. Okay? By the time anybody figures out what a credit score is, they already done ruined it.
100%. And their parents ruined the kids' credit score before they even know that they had a credit score.
I'm gonna put RG&E in your name.
In your
Time
name.
Warner.
All they need is the Social Security number. And that's a problem in our community.
Hey, I don't see nothing.
Don't get me
that.
started on
Come
Social Security, bro.
Let's build a family.
Oh, that's another conversation. That's a whole nother conversation.
You want to watch
Social
SpongeBob, right?
You want to watch SpongeBob?
There's a way you can do it.
Give me your Social Security card like they got it.
Like they got it. How did you get on Social Security when you were too young to enter into any type of a contract or agreement? Then when you got old enough, they didn't let you opt out. What? And I'm still paying, and we might not even have a country by the time I'm old enough to collect. And Social Security is already gone because they're dipping into the Social Security trust.
I was saying they don't even give you a lot of Social Security, and then they channel. They channel what you get with Social Security, and then if you're not getting what they say you can get with Social Security, they pull your Social Security.
But you paid into the system.
But you paid it. You've been paying. If you look at your pay stub, you pay Social Security.
Nigga, I know.
Every
I see that motherfucker.
Check.
Nigga, why you think I started trap? Gotta get how you live.
So before we wrap up, let's shift gears. We've been talking a lot at the federal level, as it pertains, as we kind of talked about the American holidays, and kind of shifted to the federal level of politics and things of that nature. So let's go down to the local level, and in the next 10, 15 minutes, let's talk about how and why local government is important to the black community.
Oh, that's where it starts. That's at home. That's what your parents told you when you were little. You got to take care of your home first, which is also something that the Republicans preach all the time. Take care of your family. Take care of your home. Tell the federal government to stay the F out your business. Okay? On a local level, we have to make sure that we're holding our politicians that we elect to account for what they're doing, or rather their inaction. The people like city council, a lot of people don't know what city council does.
Yeah.
They control the budget. They make all of the laws in the city. So if there's something that you don't like, you best believe that realistically, city council can do something about it to change it in general. Okay, if it's putting in a law or if it's planning in the budget down the line. But they don't do that. To the black community, paying attention to politics is something that they generally do on the federal level. Everybody's got an opinion on immigration.
Yeah.
Everybody's got an opinion on national defense spending.
Yeah.
But nobody has an opinion on why does it cost so much if you're a homeowner for garbage removal. You understand what I'm saying? People don't talk about stuff like that. Right? Look on your face.
Well, it's crazy because like up here in the north, per se, we don't have a lot of homeowner associations. So we don't see those costs up front because it's covered by the city or something like that. Right. But as you go outside of the city and you go, because generally, when you go to like Atlantas of the world and North Carolinas of the world, you generally live outside of the city, like in the suburbs, to which you have homeowner associations, to which you pay homeowner association fees, you pay for garbage, you pay for all that stuff, but it's a lot of money. Water, to pay for water down in Georgia is 10 times as much to pay as water up here. Like we get a water bill every 3 months. Down there, you get it every month.
Well, we also have a lot more fresh water, but that's a whole separate conversation. But that's riparian rights and stuff like that. That's something that we need to be aware of, water rights. That's something that we need to be aware of. And stuff.
Catching on.
That's something that we need to be aware of. Our city government actually controls our water rights. Right now, we're having a big issue where we're trying to find different venues in which we can purchase more fresh water from. And this is
fresh water.
This has been because
I thought we had a whole irrigation system.
Well, but we pay for that. We pay Hemlock or wherever it comes from.
Oh, Hemlock.
The county or the municipality or whoever's water.
So the city pay the county.
Not necessarily the county, but they pay the area of whoever owns the land.
Hold up. That makes sense.
If the water runs under you, and because what they do is generally pump the water out of aquifers. We don't take it out of the lake, which is another thing that I'm big on. I believe that we're having all of these flooding issues. We should take that water out of the lake
and purify it.
That's what, bro. Have you been reading my post or what?
That's
okay,
a fact.
You know
that's a fact.
And that's all fresh water.
What? They're doing what with the water?
The water, our water comes from underground mostly. Aquifers.
The fuck is that?
It's
you know how oil come from underground?
Yeah, like that.
Water comes from underground.
Yeah.
You know, like wells.
There's massive bodies of water
underground.
Yep. Yeah, boy.
For real?
You ain't know?
No,
boy, it's cities underground. Atlantis ain't fake.
Yeah.
That's
Ariel,
real.
my nigga. Really? We gotta go down there, bro. Can
Seriously
I walk down
though. Seriously, you ain't never seen articles and stuff to which when people are digging, they hit like big.
Oh, I seen that
stones
shit.
And
shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was like water. I thought water was just above land or under the sea or some shit like that.
Well, no, it's also under the land. That's where we get most of our fresh water.
That's like there was a water wet debate.
Yeah,
water is under the sea.
Nigga, there is a water, a stream. It's a lot of salt.
Water under the sea.
I know.
Yeah, the salt. I was just gonna talk about that. That's 100% right.
Yeah, I know something.
He doesn't know stuff.
I don't know shit.
He know. He just.
I don't know shit. I don't know shit about politics.
Nah, it's yeah.
But yeah, that's one of the things that's important to us, but we take it for granted. And with all of the weather conditions that we've been having, and people don't realize that we're at some point very soon going to experience an issue with our water supply because we are in a drought. If you've seen it snow in Rochester when you were little, and you've seen these little couple of flakes that they've been calling about 2 inches of snow, it's a snowstorm. You're like, what the hell? When I was little, I was like 5 years old, I couldn't go outside because the snow would be taller than me. You understand what I'm saying? So people don't pay attention to those important things, but this is what city council is supposed to be preparing us for. But right now, basically what they're preparing us for, like in the 2034 plan, is stuff that's not for us because they're so worried about the population leaving and not having any money in the population that's here because most of our population is in poverty. Let's be realistic. Yeah. And most of the rest of the population doesn't own homes. So they're not getting a lot of money.
Property tax.
Exactly. Property tax is where the city gets most of the money.
And they tearing down a lot of the abandoned homes instead of
because they want to rebuild them in their image. I know that's not something that you're supposed to say out loud, but that's what's happening. We got to call it like we see it, and that's the type of person I am.
100%.
I'm about to talk about it, you know? It's really real. We have to understand that their vision for the city is not representative of our people that are in the city right now.
What's the demographics on the city council right now? As far as how many black people versus white people?
I'm pretty sure. Not off the top of my head, and I should know.
I know it's a few. I know it's a few that's black. I know that for a fact.
Do Spanish people count?
Yeah.
Okay.
As black.
So predominantly black.
Predominantly black, right?
Predominantly black.
Okay, cool.
I want to say that I'm almost 100% predominantly black.
Okay. That's cool, and I believe it because I'm aware of some of the members on city council, which goes. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, how do we get the white folks up out of there?
It's not that we need to get the white folks out of there because we have to.
It's the right people in there.
Y'all hiring?
Yeah, we have to get the right people in there because a lot of the people that are not serving us look like us. You know, Obama.
100%.
Obama made a quote on Nelson Mandela's birthday. He said, you know, just because people that look like us get in office or get power doesn't mean that we have justice. Because they're not 100%. Really looking out for us.
Right.
And that's what we need to do. And it's really, and I hate to say this, I'm not trying to put it on the community, but I always say community plus unity equals progress. And right now what's happening is the community is not coming together to form the unity that we need to get real progress to happen. They're not demanding something be done on city council. Like, I can't tell the Northeast District person what they should do with their district. I can't do it. It's China. They calling you. They heard what you had to say.
Motherfucker. China. Cancel the show right now. Delete this shit.
But
go ahead.
But yeah, that's what's going on right now. I can't tell the Northeast District what to do. I'm not in the Northeast District. I can tell the at-large people, listen, this is what I think we should do. I can tell my district council person, this is what we think we should do. I want to be this person so I can help make decisions for my South District. My South District is has got a wide range of people in there. I mean, you're talking about, we've got some extremely wealthy people that live over in the South Wedge or in certain parts of the 19th Ward. And then we've got some extreme poverty in both places, you know? And so we know really best what will benefit our community, but we need to stand up and say, hey, this is what we need. You're not delivering for us. Nobody does that. We'll come out, somebody gets shot. Oh, it's violence. It's bad. Okay, but what do we need? After school programs. What do we need? Some leadership development courses. What do we need? Some actual jobs that we're able to obtain because our education level and our proficiency level is so low that a lot of the people in my district are not able to get the new super jobs that Trump keeps toting because they're all in engineering or they're in some super field that nobody knows about. I don't know anything about space mining. I'm about to start a space mining company, though. Watch me. Okay? but you know what I'm saying?
100?
These are the up-and-coming fields that we need to be aware of and what's going on. Like, there are fields that are developing right now that we don't even have the technology to fully grasp the idea of what is going to be in it.
AI.
But I wasn't trained about how to be an engineer in high school. How about you? You know what?
I wanted to be an engineer when I was in high school, though.
Well, where's the courses for artificial intelligence in school right now?
Artificial intelligence.
Listen, I
thought you were talking about basketball.
Well, but this is it. You understand?
No, I get it. I get what you said. And well, it's no course for anything. It's no course for business. It's no courses for They took out the home and careers course that taught you how to
government.
Well, they are government courses, but it's very watered down at the high school level. But they even took out the basic home training class, home and careers, where they teach you how to iron, teach you how to cook, teach you how to sew, teach you how to do the wash clothes, the different day-to-day activities.
The only class they need is health class. Okay?
How do you put it on a banana?
How do you put it on
that
a
little
banana?
cucumber challenge, right? Baby.
That's the only one they need?
That's the only one they need. Because that's the only thing they really retain. Well, sex education.
Do they though? The
niggas I see.
With all of the kids that are out here?
Well, I only see the niggas I see on Facebook.
Where they wrapping it up at?
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, not sex education, meaning they practice safe sex. No. What did you really learn in sex ed?
What did you learn?
Boobies? Boobies, pussy, labia. They gave us the whole little shit.
Boobies.
Then I be thinking, I'ma eat it right here when I motherfucking get it, boy. I'ma stick my finger there because that's how it looked. Because they had a little separate, so you can stick it. Man, I should go like that, boy. Look, I was a little freak back in high school. 2013 was a bad year.
2013 was a bad
year. How old are you, by the way?
The answer to that question that I always give, and it'll never change, is sexy. That's the only answer I'm ever gonna give. Okay, because it's not important. Because people would always be like, "Oh, for the life of me, I'm too young." Yeah, you can't be that intelligent. You can't do this because you're not old enough, or you're too old to do this, or you're too young to do this. What? Ageism?
I just wanted to see was we around the same age. But
of course.
Okay.
As long as we in the same generation, we in the same age. That's it.
That convoluted ass answer.
I told you the answer is sexy.
I'm the answer of a politician.
Look, I could pretty much gauge by that answer. I can fuck with you. I can fuck with you.
So the main thing though, I don't want to go too far off from where we went. Is why is it important for our black community to take participation in local politics really seriously? We can't be we should not be disenfranchised by us feeling that our votes don't matter. Our votes matter. This is why I'm running, and hopefully I can earn your vote. Check out my page. I'm on Facebook, Marcus C. Williams for South District City Council. Okay? Check me out. I've got a lot of good stuff to say there, and I'm sure you'll agree with a lot of what I've got going on. Vote November 5th, Marcus C. Williams, South District City Council. But to go back to what we're talking about, if we don't take action in our community, which is our local political arena, and we don't demand more from our local politicians, we're not going to get nothing. Why do you think we've been backsliding in the city since 1971? And that's also the year the Democrats took over. I'm not sending shots, but pop. Okay? You understand? Okay, we've been backsliding all since then, and now they're trying to get rid of us. They're trying to bring in neoliberals from the suburbs so that they can line their pockets with their money by giving away our money to all these contractors and construction development companies and giving them tax breaks. Which is
gentrification going on in the city.
And listen, let me be very clear about where I stand on the politics level with corruption and stuff. I like to keep my brain inside my head, and I like to keep my blood inside my body. So I'm not going to be out there like, oh, let's stop corruption. No, pause. I don't agree with it, but I'm not going to be out there championing against it. What I will say is we need more accountability, okay? You done stole all this money from the whichever committee, whatever you did, you took. Well, what did you give our community for that? What means
Robin Hood?
You understand what I'm saying? What did you do that says that you should have that extra money?
Yeah.
Nothing. If you didn't do anything, you can't show us anything. You really need to be under the jail. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
If your cousin
like
gets this project and they're supposed to get the project done in a year from now, it's 8 months in and they ain't put a shovel in the ground yet and they already behind schedule. I want my money back and I want it with interest. Okay?
I like that.
So this is what I'm talking about. And they need to lose the contract. Okay? What's going on with these contracts that are being awarded by the city? And if everybody that's in the generation before me that looks like me in the black community is a contractor, electrician, plumber, y'all know what I'm talking about, okay?
Yeah.
Y'all, you can fill a Rolodex with all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? How come we're not able to come up with some sort of, like they have unions and stuff like that? How come we're not able to come up with some unified, cohesive thing for the city, or for at least for my district, where all of these people are members and they can work and bid for these projects as a whole?
Right.
Okay? I believe in independence, and I believe in financial independence. I believe everybody should be able to be their own contractor and do their own business. So I'm not saying we should have one group and everybody is it. I'm saying that everybody should be their own person but be a part of this group. Kind of like a network.
100%.
Right.
100%.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, shoot, we about to wrap up. We appreciate you for coming on the show.
It was knowledgeable.
Yeah, super knowledgeable. We, chop it up, offline, and you got to come on the show again at some point, probably after the election.
Yeah, I love
all that stuff.
Just the experience of it all.
That experience, the process. We didn't even get into the process of getting on the ballot and all that
really
stuff.
Done that. Yeah, more people need to take part.
More people, but I know, in short, you had to go door to door.
Yes.
And get people to sign the petition for you to be on the ballot.
Yes. In the code. Thank you, Cuomo.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
So, yes, it's a process of that, but we'll get into that. Maybe we could do a special or something. I don't know, down the line. But again, we appreciate you for coming on the show. Laying down all your knowledge, and I hope the people, the masses, got something from it. We touched on everything, and that's good. And hopefully, there's more black politicians black Republicans that come to the table.
Yeah, I
and just be open.
Just
more
open communication.
Yeah, because I think it's just it's a stigma on the parties and whatever. Like I say all the time, neither one really help anything. It's more so just kind of you do something as part of your party, and I'm gonna dismantle it and try to interject what I got. And then you get into power, and then you dismantle what I did. It's kind of just a.
That's why we don't move anywhere.
There's
no unity.
It's canceling out each other. But other than that, y'all already know. Bring another set of ears for next week's show. This is RoyalFlexTheBrand's Introspective Insight Talk Show. I am KingDevDoe.
And this is Shannon Shenanigans.
And you can plug yourself one more time.
Marcus C. Williams here. And remember, vote November 5th, Marcus C. Williams for South District City Council. Check me out on Facebook. And you can also check me out at marcusforrochester.com.
I love you.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Introspect. Tiv Insight. Hope you come back next week.
Come back next week.